to see.
Yep.
In the end, it's not going to go to QUID's Yone. Lions say we are not losing to a QUID Yone. A lot of teams have, but not us.
Yesterday, we certainly saw what happens when QUID Yone gets out of control, completely dominated that game against Cloud9. And none of that's going to matter unless you can step up here. Team Liquid, how do they want to go about this? Okay, so the Ryze is banned out, the Jace is banned out. However, Rakan is up, Bard is up. Both of these champions can be such huge playmakers. I'm curious, what is LYON going to prioritize here?
Yeah, the Caitlyn Bard lane is very powerful for bottom side. A lot of pushing opportunities with some Bard stuff later. It's fun to play with the emotions of League of Legends players, huh? With some hovers.
Yeah, Dhokla really enjoys this, but that is also a ban that was missing in this third draft compared to the previous two. Team Liquid had banned out Nocturne both times to keep it away from Inspired. This time it falls through those bans, and that is LYON's first ban.
Yeah, Inspired loves what Nocturne can do for team fights here, turning out the information for the enemy team. Also, obviously attacking solo laners and side laners specifically, but TL, okay, looks like we are going to go right to the old comfortable here. The Xayah Rakan, Yeon and CoreJJ. Rakan goes through the bans and they immediately snap it up for him. He has a world championship skin on Rakan. He is extremely good at it still to this day. He has not lost a step. Still lightning quick engages from him. And it's not just his Rakan. Yeon also has been our best Xayah player so far this year in the LCS.
And Xayah is great against Nocturne too. Nocturne wants to dive in, create that massive backline threat, pop the carry, and Xayah can just pop that Featherstorm in retaliation to keep herself alive. LYON now going to go ahead and draft the Yunara Lulu, the hyper carry combo here for Berserker and Isles.
The thing is, it's always kind of is still fun for the Nocturne too, because if you get your Fear Tether on the Xayah, even though she jumps up, and it'll proc when she gets right back down. So you can still stick on her. We'll see though. Yunara Lulu has definitely not had a tremendous amount of success. We'll see though. The Viktor definitely has in the hands of QUID. So see if they can pull it off again.
Reliable wave clear there in the mid lane. Locks right.
Is that Locks dance? I haven't seen that.
I think that's what his dance is. This guy's got all the moves learned. As we head into the second half of the bans, Silas is the first one banned away by Team Liquid.
Okay, I mean, that is a Saint special for sure.
Oh, yeah.
The Saint and Inspired, Nocturne, and Silas combination has been devastating. Yeon does not want to get hit with that again.
No.
Because it was literally, he was playing Xayah last time he got hit with that.
Yeah, that's not good.
Saint and Inspired won the entire game. So that right there is a trauma ban. That's what we're going to call that ban, Flowers. That is a trauma ban.
Normally you see those people ban what they just lost to in solo queue, but that is one of the bans. You know, this isn't quite solo queue. This is a little further back than your last game on ladder, but Ornn's going to be banned out now by LYON as well. They don't want to deal with Morgan on that big tank, that massive engage there in the top lane.
Certainly not, and they won't have to this time around. What can it open up a little bit more, you know, Rumble priority here if there's no Ornn answer? It's a very common answer into it, and Rumble plus, you know, dive stuff like Nocturne, get there towards the back stages. I don't know. Let's see what they're working with here as they move up. Another Saint champion, the Ahri, also going to hit the bans.
That's a crazy Bard poster, bro.
I wasn't going to touch on that, but yeah, you can't help but notice, huh?
Nope, no, it just kind of jumps out at you. Ambessa going to be our final ban alongside the Ahri here in this second half of the draft. As Team Liquid, we still need to see what is the top laner, what is the jungler. You know you're going for last pick, that's what you chose. So I expect the jungle to be the pick here. Save the top laner for the counter pick.
Is Griffin in the house?
Is it?
And they're not.
No,
oh, it's still another Griffin champion.
The dragon.
Get a camera on Griffin right now.
Where's he at?
Yeah, did he party too hard last night? Maybe we don't want a camera on him. But there's the Rumble I was talking about. Let's see if they end up going through with it. They don't have a tremendous amount of CC to actually keep people on a Rumble Ultimate.
No.
But that has not stopped them before. And Big Dokes has been a very successful Rumble player. Utilizes it quite well, especially even in weak side. He's usually very good about his timings, using ult to clear waves. Doing quite well, even without attention. The Shyvana, though. Back to the Shyvana. This another one of these Griffin champions. These things are very farm heavy, and you cannot become inefficient. You can't pay too much attention to your lanes when you're playing Shyvana. You have to keep your farm up. You have to keep stacking, and you need to keep your power level very high relative to the rest of the laners in the game, relative to the enemy jungle as well, because you are really a stat champion, and it does benefit a lot when you have primary engage like Rakan, because Shyvana can do a lot of follow-up. Rakan is a little bit quicker, gets the setup for the CC. Shyvana ult can come on through.
Okay, so we got the Galio locked in for LYON. That prevents their opponents from taking that as a counter pick into the Rumble. Also gives you more reinforcements to protect your Yunara, which this entire comp seems to be very good at doing. But over on the other side, the last pick, the choice in draft for Team Liquid is to put Morgan on the Yorick and have that split push threat. This is one of the most heavily skewed towards split pushing champions in the entire game.
Yeah, and also a good answer into the Rumble individually. When you have a Shyvana in the jungle, you want all your laners to be capable of themselves, because as we said, you don't want to pay too much attention to your laners. Got to keep your farm up, and you also want to, if you can, obviously try and grab an extra camp here or there if the opportunity arises for a good invade angle. But we will see here, because Nocturne plus Galio, I mean, that's a good dive combination right there. You get the Galio coming down on top, and that is some CC to hold people in place for a Rumble ult. So very long range dive possible here from LYON. They can attack that Viktor, and the Viktor might have some trouble in the side lanes, but we'll see if the Nocturne Galio can put that pressure on the low mobility carry, because if you cannot, we have seen the damage output that Viktor can do.
We'll also see if we get more than 3 games here today. So far, it has been LYON triumphant in both. Whether they started ahead, whether they started behind, they found their way to the Team Liquid Nexus. Team Liquid looked so strong yesterday, sweeping Cloud9 in that preliminary match here before the finals to earn their place against LYON. And now they've got to find success against this hypercarry Yunara, piloted by Berserker. Find success with this Yorick in the side lane and be able to play the map well to enable him to succeed. And I like seeing that, particularly again from Team Liquid, because I think that historically this is one of the best LCS teams in terms of map movement.
And it's not in question at all if Inspired is one of the best junglers we have had in North America. We've been showing stats both in-game and on the analyst desk all day long about how successful Inspired has been, and Inspired doing that invade, as you saw, on the red buff. So he was able to go in through the top side of the map, and then I believe circumvent this defensive Raptor ward.
Yeah.
As that thing is, okay, so that thing sees about to the edge. Yeah, perfect. Thank you, observers. And so he has been able to circumvent that vision as well. Now he walks over it, so Shyvana will get the information. Jose knows. Mid lane has to flash too. They're getting the pressure on the Viktor even earlier than expected. Flowers forcing the flash, and Inspired had just showed there. So flash for flash trade in mid lane, but really Shyvana knows, all right, well, I've been counter jungled. How are we going to deal with this? Because Inspired usually will cross back to try and defend. They have a red ward here for Team Liquid that sees Inspired clearing his own Raptors, and Inspired then does a little bit of a wiggle outside of the vision because he knew exactly the placement. So he wiggled down towards his red a little bit before crossing back, and now he's actually doing Wolves instead. So Jose, at the very least, will be able to compensate with the blue.
Yep, hopefully Jose can get away with this for Team Liquid's sake here in this series, as Morgan is now going to rotate down into this enemy jungle. Inspired secures his Wolves, though, just moves on to his Gromp. Jose is going to be able to move out in time without any threat. You mentioned it was flash for flash back in the mid lane, and I think LYON is more than happy with that, considering Viktor is so vulnerable without that defensive summoner spell. CoreJJ taking a couple hits here, as he did have to man this battle station all on his own for a moment, as Yeon recalled himself. But now that we don't really have any action after our initial invade, let's go ahead and listen in to LYON hyping each other up now that they're at match point.
Nice job this game, guys. Let's keep doing what we are doing.
Win in peace, lose in peace, just play in peace. If we win, it's players cap. If we lose, it's coach cap. You know how it goes.
I love that from Dhokla, a very monk mentality as QUID takes a ton of damage there from the Justice Punch. There's no way out, it's first blood for Inspired, and the tower can't get one back. LYON are off to the races, 3.5 minutes in.
Oh man, and Saint sets it up so well on the Galio. Inspired's like, oh great, I will follow up on this play, uses the flash, knows there's no escape for the Viktor. They get it as well. Nice spell shield on the way out from him as well, and right back to it. LYON, they're going to win in peace, they're going to lose in peace. Looks more like they're going to win in peace, but here we go. Saint canceled his recall and is like, well, QUID is walking up. He did this because QUID, as he was clearing the minion wave, had been walking and positioning like he was going to come check it. So Saint says, that is illegal. Indeed it is, and they both are able to get out of the tower range too. Really nice, just heads up moment there from Saint, recognizing the positioning, the movement from the Viktor here. He knows he has no flash. He says, hey, Inspired, we're gonna punish this. Don't worry, I got you. And they do. First blood into the Nocturne flowers. That is very scary because that affects all laners on the map.
Yep.
It further funds money for an early Hex plate for him, which will reduce the ult cooldown too even earlier in the game, and definitely can't snowball.
Yeah, you saw as soon as Yeon used the Blade Collar, Berserker and Isles knew they could continue chasing, trying to get a very advantageous trade. Second Blade Collar there. That's why you wait till that thing's gone and then chase. Unfortunately for them, Yeon got it back in time, so does find a mostly even trade there at the end of things as Isles just continues trying to harass these guys, keep them down, create problems here in the bottom lane. Man, oh man, Team Liquid. Okay, it's only one kill so far. It's not like the game is completely running away from you. But we also started off with the non-ideal situation in the jungle, right? The counter jungling that you're talking about. Shyvana has got to stay on pace or ahead of pace if she wants to be relevant in the game. Josedeodo still just trying to do that, but it's Inspired invading, threatening him at the Krugs. Attaches the fear tether. He's too close to the turret to really do anything else, but he does force him back out of the jungle.
Yeah, luckily for Jose, he's been able to clear his entire jungle and scrap together the rest of it just in time. So does remain at parity for now. Still with the first blood that gives a lot of extra gold to Inspired, so that's less than ideal for them. But at least as far as the farm goes, is doing okay in the aftermath of the invade. We'll see it though once the level 6s do come in. That can be a big moment for Nocturne. Inspired's going to come for this river priority as well. See what Jose can do, because CoreJJ is going to back him up. Look at as well, here comes the Xayah. Yeon going to come for the Scuttle Crab first.
Inspired wants to step forward. Heroic entrance slams down from Saint, but everybody on Team Liquid gets out in time. Nice Blade Collar there on the enemy mid laner from Yeon. However, Saint is unafraid, continues to go forward, but the gravity field does stun him up. Team Liquid continuing to disperse. And once more, Kobe, it looks a lot like it looked in game number 2. It's LYON bringing the extra man. It's Dhokla roaming down to the fight. He's the one who makes the difference, forcing TL back. Fortunately for Team Liquid, they lose no one.
Our team fight comps is so good.
Yeah, we just need to survive early.
Well, they did survive. That's the important part. Again, even though they don't get the dragon, even though that looks similar to game number 2, the big difference is you don't lose multiple players there.
Yeah, and key again. Dhokla had earned the extra teleport advantage, as you stated. He comes down to the play. Morgan had to use his teleport to go back to lane, and so they get the advantage there. But TL, it's okay. They're focused in. We scale. They scale. LYON also, though, pretty happy probably to get that first blood and that dragon.
Ooh, and that recall interrupt just being as obnoxious as possible, trying to ruin your opponent's pacing there as Berserker and Isles continue just pushing Yeon and CoreJJ away with the power of this Yunara Lulu. There is a pretty significant CS gap in the bottom lane, Kobe, as Berserker continues firing forward. He is transcended, and Yeon has ended. Berserker in the 2v2 stands tall.
So, earlier we showed some stats for Inspired's all-time win rate. I want to show you some stats from Berserker's all-time win rate from bot laners. And look at the names that are up there with him as well. Some throwbacks here. Sneaky up there, Danny up there, Hansama even in his Team Liquid time. But Berserker also, again, Berserker was very successful on Cloud9, so that also helps a lot with that all-time win rate. But again, you were just talking about the Yunara. Now the Yunara gets the kill on top of the CS lead. And all of a sudden, if you're repeating, don't worry guys, we scale, it has a little bit different of a tone.
Yeah.
After Berserker gets that kill.
Hyper carry is so scary, man. Yeon and Core already down about 3 waves worth of minions. And as soon as Berserker sees the opportunity, as soon as he ticks over to level 6 and unlocks that ultimate, he just immediately dashes forward. The Arc of Ruin with the slow kaboom.
Yeah, it was really nice. Glitterland set it up, and they got the level 6 power spike.
Hold on, though. Now it's Morgan in danger. Wild Growth from Isles working together with Inspired. They cut down the Yorick. They kill off the Maiden. And the entire time, what's Berserker doing? Playing Minecraft with the tier 1 turret. Just mining gold day in, day out. 2,000 gold lead for LYON 9 minutes into the game.
Don't worry, Flowers, we scale. Do you believe me?
No.
Okay, we'll see. Berserker's over 1,000 gold ahead.
Yeah.
LYON here out to a very nice, healthy lead there. Going for a play for Core. He really wanted to stop these recalls. He does succeed in doing so.
But at the cost of the quickness. That's a lot of power that'll be missing until that ulti comes off of cooldown. At least for them, there's not really anything that you're going to be forced to immediately fight for in that duration.
Also, you know, as you answer this poll in chat, look at these wards, super deep wards all over the top side. So while their recalls were stopped, they're going to see any approach. Yeah, thank you, observers. So they're going to see any approach. The thing about Shyvana is they're going to see Shyvana finish Raptors and move over here, and their ward does expire. They're going to be, it's a little bit easier to track her, but Shyvana crossing now, so Jose is walking through river, and the pings go down though. They did see, as that ward expired by Raptors, they saw him finish up there.
And we do have our MasterCard power spike completed here with the experimental hex plate on Inspired. Very powerful item with Nocturne. Inspired already has 2 out of the 3 kills on his team. Very accelerated on this champion. Josedeodo has not been able to do a whole lot on the Shyvana, but again, that's not really what you expect. You expect him to farm, you expect him to stay ahead. Problem is he's 900 gold behind.
Yeah. Somehow, too, I feel like Griffin always just finds some kills randomly.
Yeah, just walk up, grab a kill.
When Griffin's doing it. We'll see if it has the same effect this time, but yep, they got to keep on focusing on keeping their income stable here. Yeon moved up. Try and get some extra pressure on the tower, but Big Dog's under a little bit of danger. Yeah,
he does manage to get himself out of the Dark Procession. It is nice when you have the extra attack speed from being overheated, because remember that Yorick's cage only has instant-based health, like a ward, versus having actual HP like a unit. So as long as you can just hit it a couple of times, you'll knock the thing down and get yourself away before he can really rack up the damage with the ghouls. We have a lot of pressure here around the top side from LYON. There are 25 seconds left on the clock until that next Drake spawns. So we are going to see Isles and Inspired start moving over towards the mid lane. QUID does have his flashback on the Viktor to evade any sort of threat that might head his way. And let's see the results of our poll here. Will Josedeodo... Ooh. Chat does not have faith in Jose in the kitchen on this one. We'll see if they are vindicated or proven wrong. Berserker makes his way back down to the bottom lane, just continues farming up on this Yunara, has his Kraken Slayer well on his way to being that hyper carry they went for. First items coming online in multiple different roles here. Hallowed Radiance completed for Saint, gives him all that extra wave clear with the nice explodey effect. Over on the other side, Blackfire Torch for QUID, stacking towards some of those dots. Unfortunately, Yeon still a little ways away from getting his first one done, but at least that cull is down to 21 stacks, so should be able to cash in on that soon and alleviate some of this gold deficit.
Yeah, game still definitely playable for Team Liquid. Still focused. Still trying to pull back this series, even though LYON making a very good showing here in Tempe. See what they can do as far as the setup. Should be bot lane push, mid lane push as well for them, so pretty easy for LYON. And you're going to see the recall here from Jose anyway, so he's just going to go straight back to base. They're going to sacrifice this one, and LYON, they're going to get another objective, Flowers.
Yep, they are going straight for the Drake. You've got Berserker there with that Kraken Slayer I mentioned, inspired with the Hex Plate. That's just, it's a scary thing to check into. Team Liquid, it's only the second Drake of the game. They're not going to bother trying to fight for that one. Too much risk, too little reward. But that does mean that, yet again, it's LYON controlling neutral objectives. All 3 grubs, both Drakes so far. Now 2 minutes until the Rift Herald spawns, and Dhokla is shoving the wave in on Morgan. Josedeodo still farming up. So when do we see Shyvana show up?
So one of the problems is, well, I mean, yeah, first you do need your Training Force, so he's got Training Force. And Spear of Sojin is super nice too. But one of the problems, when Shyvana does want to show up, the enemy team has a Lulu. And Lulu makes fighting as Shyvana very, very problematic, very difficult, as does a Galio. Kind of hard, so we'll see. I'm kind of leaning towards chat's answer, but we're going to have a pivotal moment fairly soon here, as everybody is going to try, as you say, and play off of some of their first item power spikes. They're moving in. Team Liquid want to make the position here for the Dragon. They're getting there very early. Resets are coming in for LYON, though.
Yeah, that Dragon's still a ways away. 4 minutes until the next one spawns, but the Rift Herald here in 55 seconds. That topside river is completely dark, though. Nobody really investing early towards that objective, as Isles does just want to continue playing supportal combat against CoreJJ. Slow him down with the Glitter Lance a little bit. See if you can scare him back. They know that they have battling control wards here in this Tribe Rush. They'd love to be able to clear out the Team Liquid vision. There's your Arc of Judgment over the wall, shows that Berserker is here too, and that means that Team Liquid can't really afford to keep playing this game of chicken over the warded brush.
The ward battles, Flowers. Everyone's really feeling those ones. We're getting back into it.
Those cost 75 gold each.
Those are expensive.
You got to defend
wards. Those. They are. And the classic chance coming up. We'll see, though. Okay, Big Dokes is on the move. Dhokla here on his Leandry's power spike, getting deep in the jungle, getting enemy vision through enemy jungle here. Ooh, they're thinking about a possible play. He did cancel his recall there initially.
All right, Jose, level 10. 2/3 of the way to level 11, to the bigger, badder dragon form. But Inspired still has that gold lead here on the Nocturne. The only individual gold lead on the Team Liquid side right now is Morgan on the Yorick in the side lane with his own Trinity Force completed. Going to try to allow Dhokla to step up a little bit here. Josedeodo standing on a control ward, so he knows he's not seen. Morgan goes forward, finds a little bit of damage onto Big Dokes, but here comes the Nocturne. Inspired wants to go after the Yorick, and Morgan is not long for this world. LYON sent everybody. They already killed Morgan. CoreJJ is going to be next to fall. He flashes, trying to stay alive. The Arc of Ruin barely misses him. As Team Liquid, you could see Jose was thinking about trying to make a move onto Dhokla, but it's LYON who strike first. They grab the kill on the enemy top laner, and they earn themselves control over the Herald Pit.
Yeah, you could tell, you know, Team Liquid, they were feeling the play coming. They even invested the teleport from QUID to try and get up there, but LYON just with the full commit, using the globals, are able to make it happen. And even in the aftermath here, they're going to be able to get the Rift Herald as well. Dhokla uses his teleport to get right back up there. So LYON, they grab the kills, and they're going to keep the objectives coming as well.
Yeah, Jose level 11 on the Shyvana.
Or are they?
But he's losing a lot of HP here.
All right, so they do get chased out.
Okay, nicely defended there from TL. They don't want to start it up themselves here just yet. As you can see, that gold lead that I was talking about for Morgan, well, it's down to only a couple of minions now. Here's another look at how the play happened.
So again, this is going to be first teleport from Galio, then they're going to get the reaction teleport from QUID at the tower, as you can see. But early flash from Nocturne, Inspired was like, yeah, I'm going to get ahead of this one so you can't get away from my fear, and they've already deleted him. Then on everybody else trying to approach, they just get cut off. Berserker there, doing too much damage on the Yunara with Lulu right behind him.
This is a tale of two series for Team Liquid Girl in the audience. She was having the time of her life yesterday. I remember that fan cam react.
Yeah.
Today, it is a much scarier prospect here for Team Liquid. They are still down 2,000 gold in this one. The Rift Herald at least still on the map, but it's continued pressure from LYON here in the mid lane. Fiend Hunter bolts completed for Berserker. This is when Yunara can start to one-shot people. However, he has to try to get away now. Wild Growth and Mikhails both had to be committed as Yeon stepped forward, caught him with the Blade Caller, forced that CC relief from the item, from the Lulu, to make sure that the Yunara doesn't drop right there. That could have been a big pick for TL.
Yeah, good peel there for Isles, or from Isles, to be able to get Berserker out of a tough spot without Berserker having to use actual summoner spells himself. And here they go again.
Oh boy, this time it's going to be QUID. He flashes away to keep himself alive. He throws down the gravity field in a spot that if Inspired kept chasing, he would have been caught underneath the turret. Herald's going to be slain now by the Team Liquid side. They got to try to pick up the eye. It looks like CoreJJ was able to grab it. Here comes the TP. LYON trying to escape now as Berserker very early flashes over the wall. Does not want to risk being caught. Nice move there from Team Liquid. They get QUID away after LYON try to make the move, and then TL earn themselves the Herald.
So they use their teleport, though, too, to go for the pincer play. So Morgan teleported over there, so Saint does get a turret play on the bottom side and answer. But yes, Team Liquid, they did get their objective, and Morgan's going to get first tower bonus for TL to chop the gold lead down a little bit. Jose now is caught.
Yep, Josedeodo not where he wants to be. Defensive Dragon trying to fly away. Saint continues the chase here as Yeon and Berserker fire back and forth. Berserker winning out on these four now. Josedeodo again going to be in trouble with the Justice Punch going in, but the taunt won't connect. Here comes QUID on the side. Saint with the flashback over the wall, staying alive for now. Yeon taken low. Berserker takes him out. Berserker is the better AD carry so far today.
Man, and Isles right there doing some work with the Lulu, too. These guys, they're winning their own little fight on the other side, Flowers. They kept a fair fight. 2v2 out on the left side. Well, it looked like Inspired couldn't decide whether or not he wanted to fight with Saints.
Ooh, here comes your Arcane Storm. QUID wanted to try to punish Isles, but instead, QUID's the one who now might be in some danger. CoreJJ looking to play defensively, protect his mid laner, but he only dies beside him. It's a 7-0 lead for LYON and Kobe. They're about to get another turret. They're about to go to Soul Point, not even 20 minutes into the game.
This has been a crazy weekend, Flowers. Yesterday, Team Liquid doing the stomping, and now they are getting stomped.
One day, you are the boot. The next, the butt. That is the way of League of Legends. And here's another look at how that last fight happened.
Okay, so they know we can full send on this Viktor. Rumble ultimate doing a lot. Fear procs into the Galio ultimate that just on the edge of the range gets him. And they're just, again, we knew from draft they're going to try and keep on going for this Viktor, punish him every time he doesn't have flash. And they do. Nice turn there from LYON. In the previous little play, too, when they were fighting over the back of that jungle wall, creating a lot of space to set up for the Dragon, they are able to get a lot of cooldown advantages and then turn it into objective plus more kills. So LYON, once again, set up very well in this series. And with the gold continuing to flow towards their side, the objectives as well, only 4 minutes away from a very early Dragon Soul, Hextech Soul at that.
This is so scary. I'm struggling to see the comeback condition for Team Liquid without a LYON blunder. Of course, obviously if LYON do something very silly, Team Liquid's able to punish that, sure. But Berserker is 2.5 items already on this hyper carry Yunara. Saint having a great time. He's got his 2 items completed with the Imperial Mandate, now also fully done, has the Swift March, Stridebreaker done on Inspired, Bloodletter's Curse for Dhokla, just to melt that magic resistance off of everybody. And you already mentioned it, but Isles has been doing a great job on that Lulu, making sure that Berserker can play aggressively, supporting Inspired when he dives in and tries to find additional kills and additional plays. Team Liquid going to drop the Herald here in the mid lane. This is the one objective that they have earned themselves so far in this game. How well will they be able to use it, though? What in the hell?
All good? All good.
Okay.
All good.
That is, I was not expecting that. I'm not sure what was going to happen. I didn't expect that. The Herald,
it felt like you did expect it because you asked the question. Yeon now getting burned.
Yep, that equalizer, though. Trying to get TL forced all the way back. I was expecting something creative, some sort of like drive around the back side of the terrain, but no, that's not going to happen. CoreJJ now might be in a little bit of danger. He gets slowed down. Inspired on the flank, but the rest of LYON just shoving up the mid lane.
Yeah, they can't get back to mid here for TL. Liner keeping him out. Berserker's going to hit the tower.
Yep, he's just farming plates. TL still trying to approach as Inspired finally flies in. He's looking to go after the enemy mid laner. They've already killed off QUID. Yeon tries to escape, staying alive for now. Inspired still has the wild growth. Team Liquid still trying to get away.
Not the maiden too.
Die. Arc of Ruin slows down Yeon. Blink your eyes, the maiden's gone. LYON just taking anything they want from this jungle as the blue buff is their next victim. 4,500 gold lead, 22 minutes in.
Well, well, well. Looks like LYON have all of the choices available to them. Team Liquid gonna have to start getting a little bit more desperate here. Only 2 minutes for the Dragon Soul. And they're going to need to clear out a pocket of vision, get a surprise play, maybe a dream, a miracle CoreJJ engage or something. Maybe some sort of Jose steal to get an objective bounty, Flowers?
Well, he certainly had the smite key dialed in the last game. He'll have to do it again in this one. Josedeodo still at 0-0-0 in this game. I mean, honestly, considering the team has no kills or assists at all, that's a very good score because it means you haven't died at all. That is the tragedy of this is that objectively 0-0-0 is the best score on the team right now for TL. That is the state of the game.
Low action score, though.
Yeah. Low action score, 0-8 overall. 5,000 gold lead for LYON. Dragon Soul spawning here in 60 seconds. TL has to find a way to steal this away. It has to be a crazy steal from Josedeodo because I failed to see how you would actually be able to win a team fight and stop them from getting not just a soul, but a hex soul.
Yeah, definitely would be super powerful, obviously, for them. All right, I have been liking, by the way, the new mandate when people have been building on Galio, you know, because does effectively work on 3 of your abilities, including your ultimate. And the damage amp, quite nice for your team as well. And when he keeps on landing stuff onto the Viktor, it's what we were talking about from Champ Select, where constantly putting pressure on him. This time around, QUID has flash. So the dream for Team Liquid is alive. Can they do it again? In the previous game, they stopped multiple Dragon Souls that were in LYON's grasp. However, this time around, down 5,000 gold, gonna have to do it again. QUID here with flash on the outside. Can he do it?
All right, here comes the TP. Immediately, everybody from LYON has arrived. Team Liquid gonna start up the Dragon. DPSing pretty slowly overall. Saint is standing on top of a ward off on the flank. The equalizer already arrives. Yeon's got to be careful. QUID doing the same. They turn out the lights. Josedeodo goes in. Jose steals it again. Inspired has to try to get away now. Team Liquid have already stopped the soul, but do they want to go for a little bit more? Dhokla's going to be taken down to 1/3 HP as CoreJJ can't find the engage. Berserker with a wild growth. Massive taunt coming out of Saint. He locks up multiple targets, and the dream dies right in front of TL. They may have stopped the soul, but LYON shoot him straight through the heart.
Oh, you said it, Flowers. They're going to get the kills, and guess what? That means Baron as well for LYON. Even though they don't get the soul, Jose comes up with another smite steal. He does it again. Let's take a look. For the Team Liquid fans, they can at least hold on to this. The smites have been true. Combo nicely gets that one, 1380 something we saw at the end, and then they tried to push forward. But now Jose, he can't get in though. There's no way he can get actually inside the pit. Doesn't have his ult.
There's no flash, no dragon form. Dhokla's just going to try to burn him down as the heroic entrance arrives. That's a rampage for Dhokla. That's a Baron for LYON. That's a death for Josedeodo. And now LYON have a 7,500 gold lead. They've got Baron for the next 3 minutes, and they got a 5v4 for the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's definitely looking good for LYON's chances here. They were the lock-in winners this year for LCS, and they have locked in for finals in spring as well. They're looking to become the 6th, wait a second, as Saint is going to have to run away. Doesn't think he's in any danger. The 6th North American organization to win back-to-back titles if they can complete it here. So far this year has gone well for them.
And even though both these teams are going to MSI, you've got to remember, there is a big difference between going to MSI as the 1st seed and the 2nd seed. For anybody who missed it, T1 just qualified to MSI as the LCK 2nd seed. That's in the play-ins. You know how many teams get out of play-ins? 1. So that means whoever loses this series, if you want to play in main stage, I don't even think you're going to get there. Hold on, QUID's taken down to 10% HP. Josedeodo firing back. Berserker is low. Equalizer down over the top. And Dhokla hits him with the airstrike. Josedeodo is going to get burned down next as CoreJJ tries to run. Dhokla still in hot pursuit. The long-range power of the equalizer finishing off the kill onto QUID. Jose dies with him. Kobe, 15-0?
Yeah, you can hold on to the smite count, though. Smite steals. How about that?
1. It's like 15 without the 5. I don't know if that's as good.
I mean, we can say it again here for LYON, though. They had first-team All-Pro mid laner Saint, first-team All-Pro bot laner Berserker, and although Inspired did lose the first-team All-Pro to Josedeodo, you know the caliber of this player and what he brings to teams in shot calling. And adding big Dokes to this team really has sent them to another level. Well, you can also say adding Castle to kind of light the fire under Dokes.
Adding Castle to the team has sent big Dokes to another level.
Yeah, and it sent big Dokes into the stratosphere here. So this LYON squad here really has been the pinnacle of the LCS, and they're showing it here in Spring Finals yet again, looking very good as they approach another victory.
Oh, the equalizer. Yeon is already nearly dead. The Xayah burning away down to 100 HP. Yeon's going to go all the way back to the fountain as LYON continues sieging the tier 3 turret up here in the top lane, doing the same thing over in mid. Saints ready to crash that wave, and with Inspired and Berserker rotating over, that turret's first to fall.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be more turrets falling very shortly, Flowers. The destruction of the Team Liquid base will continue.
And I do not think morale will improve. LYON is turning this third game into an absolute beating. 13,000 gold lead, 29 minutes in. 15 kills to 0. It is so hard to close out a deathless game of League of Legends. Just the natural way you play a fight, generally, you gotta lose somebody. But again, we gotta go back. Inspired, 11 possible titles he could have won playing in North America. Of those, he has won 6. If he wins here, which is looking incredibly likely, that means he goes to 7 out of 12. That's like 56, 57% win rate in titles, man. And most people can't even get that in games in solo queue.
And the teams and the players that he has done it with, that Evil Geniuses team, FlyQuest on there for a long time, from the early stages as well, building them up into that juggernaut that eventually was able to challenge Gen G at internationals very closely, pushing to 5 games. Regardless, though, Inspired, obviously lots of accolades, lots of awards, very successful, and this LYON team already being put together and finding so much success, winning both lock-in and spring. Every title that has been available to them since their creation this year. And now,
yeah, Dhokla's in danger. They're going to full send it after Big Dokes. Team Liquid, they finally make their way on the board. 30 minutes into the game, TL will find their first kill, but it comes at the cost of that Hexal. Inspired was taking that the entire time, so now LYON add yet another tool to their arsenal.
It's okay. Every comeback starts with 1 kill. 1 kill at a time.
Okay. I respect your optimism, man. We were 15-0, now we're 15-1. Step 1 done, 14 more to go.
Uh-huh. And now that the Hexal is down, Elder Dragon will be spawning. Or maybe your Nexus won't hold out that long, but
yeah,
maybe you can get a flip. And with Jose's ability to steal objectives, they are hoping they can get an Elder flip, an Elder steal or something, and work some miracles here in Arizona.
Well, you're going to have to work those miracles against a Yunara that now has Infinity Edge, that has Mercurial Scimitar. You've still got the Mikhails on Isles from earlier. It is so hard to do anything to Berserker on this Yunara that is just scaled so far ahead. Yeon at least has his 3-item core, right? He's got his Infinity Edge up at least, but it feels like before every fight even starts, just the threat of damage from Inspired, from Dhokla's equalizers, is getting Yeon completely out of the fight.
Certainly is. LYON have done such an excellent job this game, and now with 2 inhibitors down, makes it very difficult for Team Liquid to retain map control while still being able to check for this Baron. They're going to try and do it though. So taking control of the vision leading over to the Baron is their first step. They're trying to work their way into their own jungle here, retake some control, and then hope for a pathway for another Jose miracle.
That's got to be what it is. Dhokla down there in that bottom lane. Remember, that is the only lane with an inhibitor still standing on the TL side. Dhokla will apply pressure there. He has his teleport to join the rest of the team at the Baron pit if and when he's needed. I don't even know if they will need him. They are so strong at this point. He will have his Seeker's Arm Guard as well. Guardian Angel up on Inspired. Zonya's available for Saint. So many defensive tools for everybody on Lion. It's hard to pick anyone. As the Blast Cone being protected, being guarded by Saint. They don't want to allow Jose, the man with the magic smite key, to get in there. And that's Baron secured for Inspired and Lion.
They make the call, Team Liquid, hey, even if you full sent in there, Jose, and you did it again, like, we believe you could do it, but you would die doing it, and then we would still lose the game. So they're going to hold off, and they're going to hope for the team fight defense instead.
And the Maiden once again falls in the top lane as Saint's going to continue pushing that one forward. You can see the timers in the bottom left, means that the top and mid lane inhibitors are about to respawn. Saint wants to make sure there is pressure on them as they do. QUID's going to be forced to go up there and answer that push from the Lion mid laner. Meanwhile, Dhokla grouping up with his bottom lane duo down in that bottom side. Now that they've got the Baron, they're going to look to force down the last inhibitor turret. Make it a 3-inhib game. Put those double super minions in every wave and seal the deal here on this final.
And the pressure closing in on Team Liquid. This team that was recrafted around Yeon and CoreJJ. This team built to try and win the LCS. They're going to have to pull out every single stop that they have right now. The base defense is holding for now. Top side's already been broken though. Saints got the super empowered by Baron up at the Nexus tower already.
Yeah, that mid lane inhibitor's about to be knocked down again. First Nexus turret is already down to 1/3 HP too. There's so many points of pressure coming from Lion. Team Liquid, they're pulled in so many different directions. It's so difficult to defend. Berserker thinking about going forward. Arc of Judgment finds a tag on QUID. TL falling back to the Nexus now. The castle has fallen. They must defend the keep. Lion pushing forward. Yeon gets hit with the equalizer, immediately goes up into the Featherstorm. Berserker firing forward, goes in with the Fiend Hunter bolts as Josedeodo tries to dive into the back line. As a shutdown for QUID. They at least kill off Isles. Berserker tries to get away, but no, he's going to die to the Arcane Storm. Lions on the push, they want to go for the end right now. The Nexus falls, and Lion will sweep Team Liquid out of Arizona, the same they did to Cloud9. Lion will win back-to-back titles in North America and represent the LCS as champions.
Clearly and definitively the best team in the LCS this year. Lion have done it again.
What a final game. Game number 1, they're behind for half of it. They come back, they win. Game number 2, they're ahead for most of it. It gets a little dicey, but they win. Game number 3, there was never a question. They slammed this series.
Well deserved. Performance after performance from Saints. Take a bow, Inspired. Another one for the trophy case.
That thing's gonna need an expansion soon.
And Big Dokes.
Every time the pressure is on, Big Dokes is not a man to back down from the challenge. And Isles, man, really showing his stuff since joining this team. Has been making so many impressive plays and doing so much to enable Berserker to truly shine as the mechanical master that we have seen him be so many times.